Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome back to the front. Guys, in this battle, we are defending a river junction. I'd like to call it a river junction, but it's pretty dried up against a massive Soviet assault. We're pretty much cut off on all sides. We've got Soviets behind us and to the west of us as well, and I'm sure this is not going to be easy. One thing I want to do is immediately set up some boys to look that way just to make sure we catch any that starts stopping by there, and at this point we just prepare for the attack. I'm getting started. I believe that our men are not dug in because we haven't had enough time outside of Odensov here to do that, but I'm pretty much just got my guys set up in a long line. I hope this is good enough to stop any sort of Soviet advance, and in fact I'm going to move some of these units up to the tree line with a fast move just to make sure they're in the best position for any kind of attack coming our way. That being said, most of our units are just going to be static right here on the line waiting for the enemy. Let's hope that we get to them before they get to us and that we respond properly. Well, as always, guys, we'll return. Okay, guys, contact has been established. We've got a lot of these guys over here on the trees, and it looks like they're going to be the first to engage with the enemy. We've also got some artillery. Now, we can actually bring this artillery around. I'm not sure, though, where their main attack is coming from. Oh, never mind. I think we may have found it, boys. We're going to see if we can't drop that already right there. 3 rounds per gun. This should be enough. Let's do 10 per gun, immediate action. I think this will call it in. 15 per gun. All right. There we go, guys. That's going to be the target right there. I hope it's not too far back. Preparing at this point, we really want to try to hold them in place here. What can we do to hold them in place? All right, we're going to have to focus fire on them with these guys. Completely hold that group in place so that our artillery actually has a chance to fire at them. Come on, men. Move those machine guns forward. Very good. Got some excellent MGs here. And if we can just keep the enemy down, then I think those artillery positions can do the rest of the work for us. Let's see how our boys over there at the forest are doing. Remember, they're closer to the enemy, and I'm starting to see some enemy AT guns. Even though we don't have any tanks, I don't really want them around. They're pretty effective against infantry, as you can imagine. So we're going to go ahead and return fire just to be safe. Sehr gut, Männer. Just got so many guys over here in this area. Alright, still preparing with that artillery. We can see it on the left side. It's going to take a while to call it in. It's not just going to appear immediately. And I'm starting to think now I might be able to take some of the units here, and I'm going to push them over in this area where we've got some cover. Let's do that. You can see sort of like this swampy area. I don't really know if we can call it swampy, but yeah, kind of. It looks like a pretty good area to kind of hide in these bushes and ambush the enemy. Look at that. They've got all those commanders back there, man. Just so many at this point. They've got our full attention. So as you can see, I'm sending over quite a few men to get on that flank and hopefully assist while these guys kind of hold the line. Looks like we may have taken out those guns, and if we have, I'm wondering if there's any point in potentially turning and attacking, but I think it would be over way too much open ground. There we go. That looked like artillery. Oh, I think it's striking, guys. Oh, yes. Let them have it. No, these are just, I think those are just standard mortars. It's still preparing up here. But hey, that works. Maybe it is artillery that's coming in. Either way, we are hitting the target. Oh yeah, guys, I'm liking this. Sehr gut, Männer. Keep it up. If we can keep this up, we can absolutely win this battle. Take home a victory. Let's take a look over here. Slavina. All right, nice. So I believe we definitely have mortars over here. And it looks like this guy, this group over here, guys, that we sent into the swampy area has engaged the enemy. Might be a good idea, actually, for us to go where they would never expect us, which kind of like this wooded area in the middle of the swamp, or I should say this bushy area in the middle of the swamp might be a good place to go. I see a lot of their officers right here, and to take out some of these Soviet officers, I think it would help the cause for sure. So I'm actually going to begin an attack, sort of a counterattack here, and hit the area. Let me know down below if you guys agree with this maneuver or if you think we should have kept these guys behind. We're sending them across the swamp. And there we go. Oh, that's definitely artillery striking in the right position. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness, guys. Any enemies in this area are going to be completely leveled. And I saw quite a few of them moving there. Got all sorts of rounds. It looks like mostly anti-personnel, though. Maybe some incendiary, too. Right, our eyes have been pointed forward, but I wonder, is there anything out there that way? I don't think so, because none of the guys here saw it, but let's just kind of turn their eyes over there. See if we've got any Soviets approaching from that direction. Make sure they're turned the right way. And man, that artillery is taking so long, isn't it? Still plenty of infantry there, but look at that. Just lost 2 commanders. And I think I'd more appropriately want to drop it right here. All right, we're ready. High explosive. These should all fire. Let's take a look at the side here, because the setting up seems a little stranger. Alright, so that's the list of current settings. Alright, we want to get rid of that, actually. We don't want to drop smoke. We want to drop an incendiary round. Or high explosive round. That's going to be it. Yep. We just want to drop that high explosive. I'm going to get rid of that. This one's ready. Preparing. Okay, so now we are preparing the high explosive rounds. Again, let's hope it's going to come in soon. The other rounds, the incendiaries, were taking a really long time to load. But if we can hit them at this moment, man, can we do a bunch of damage. And I actually think this movement through the swamp is a good idea. Now that we're getting closer to the enemy, I'm actually going to stop our boys right here. It's a swamp of death for them. That's what's going to happen right now. We are targeting them completely, and I think it's going to be a lot harder for them to see us in this area. Of course, we wouldn't want to move tanks or any other armored vehicles through here, but in terms of just our infantry, this might just work. Still no enemies attacking us over there, and I love that we moved that unit up, or that group up, before the start of the battle, because they're providing some pretty decent covering fire. I don't know how effective this fire is at this distance in terms of actually hitting targets, but it's definitely good for cover. I'll say that much. There we go. We've got some guns firing. An enemy's actually asking for a ceasefire, guys. Who would have expected that? Of course, I'm still waiting, hoping that that artillery is going to prepare in time to actually attack. But I'm loving this this little ambush we found the enemy in. We also turn this guy around. Around, men, don't be afraid. Only victory is ahead of you. That or a pine box, but let's not think about that one. Let's got these guys over here. I pretty much forgot about the men here in the front of the field, but they can still target the enemy. And I still see rounds going out. I don't see why we should necessarily accept a ceasefire when we can cause a tremendous amount of Bolshevik casualties here. What do you guys think? There we go. That's the kind of strike I need. You can see the Soviets are being blown sky high here. Look at that guy. 2 mortar rounds, 3 mortar rounds right next to him. He's taking enough cover to maybe not take the full hit of that, but he's got to be suffering. And I think this this position in the swamp was great. Even the continued movement of our men forward here seems to be working out pretty well. Want some prisoners? If we need prisoners of war immediately. Here we go. I love seeing just the battlefield from a distance. You can imagine you'd feel pretty safe in this position here, seeing those mortars go out, those machine guns firing consistently. I think most people would feel very safe in this particular location. All right, careful, careful, careful. That gun actually almost got some friendly fire. Wouldn't be a bad idea to move just this individual gun up a bit. Looks like some of our men have taken it upon themselves to cross over the field here. I didn't necessarily want this. But you know what? Since they're doing it, iron crosses for everybody. With the rest of these guys, the support, I'm just going to keep on firing into the enemy positions. But as you can see, you know, the rounds from a lot of our guns are hitting this ground. Not the greatest ground to be firing these guns from. So I'm going to actually try to move forward with them. Quite a few of these support weapons, and I think they're going to be more helpful over here. Although they'll also be more exposed to enemy fire. Wonder, do we accept a ceasefire now to save German lives on the assault? Or do we keep bombing the enemy? I think we have to keep bombing them. And we're still preparing on that artillery. I don't think that's ever going to come in. Okay, there we go. Artillery strike. Oh, it's a bit farther back than I wanted it to, or than I wanted it to be, but I'm hoping that's going to be effective either way. I mean, they have just so many troops here. Got to get lucky and hit a few, right? Let's a hammer of Thor strike them now. And oh yes, I'm definitely seeing some units here, guys. I think we called it in perfectly. Thank goodness we didn't accept that ceasefire, though. Wait a minute, vehicle lost. Could be one of the guns? No. It's probably, yeah, it probably is one of the guns. One of the AT guns. And there we go. Taking a few Soviet prisoners. I think they've had enough of the fighting. Looks like they got out before they got killed like their buddy there. Good call. Very good call. We've pretty much got these guys surrounded. If we just take a look right there. I think we absolutely have these Soviets surrounded. We could just go for a massive attack right for the center. Sort of go straight for the chokehold. But I'm liking our position so far. I'm liking this swamp. And while we're firing off mortar rounds, etc., I think maybe we should stay put. You see some of that artillery is striking elsewhere, unless that's just the actual assault gun. But I think that's the artillery piece. Nice, got a big explosion over there by enemy lines. Look at that Stellhandgranat. Our men are getting very close. See, our guys are right there. He just got an amazing kill, magnificent kill there. And yeah, we're absolutely among the enemy at this point, guys. Get down, get down. That's an SVT he's carrying. That's not even a German weapon. Pretty sure it's an... Oh, it could be a Gewehr. Yeah, it could be a Gewehr, I guess. Oh my god. What are you doing, Ludwig? This is outside of character for you. Could definitely see the effect of Hitler's adrenaline pills, or morphine pills, pretty much. Not morphine pills, excuse me. Methamphetamine pills on his troops here. And yes, the Nazis did use methamphetamines. So did the Japanese, and maybe even the Soviets, if I'm not mistaken. I think even maybe the Americans at some point used methamphetamines to keep people up during combat. But the Germans, we can see here, Our German men are absolutely using it. Just charging into combat. Getting incredible kills, though. As you can see, just hitting that guy right there. Is he going to take out another one? Oh, he's just running past Soviets cowering. Hope we get some prisoners out of this. Got some more enemy contact. And it looks like... Oh, he killed one, but got shot the second he took him out. Yeah, I'm going to keep the rest of these guys right here. It's a bit hard, though, to get over that lip. So yeah, the supporting troops they're talking about are going to be those supporting troops right there. Enemy's got a lot of them. But we have more. Not to mention we've got our guys here in the woods where we want them. This is pretty much a turkey shoot. Just have to keep up the attack. Surrender while you still can, Ivan. Here we go, a kick, a death kick. And yes, what did I tell you? We got some captives. Not surprising. He's going to surrender. Yeah, he got out of the way just in time. Our guy threw a grenade, and then the man surrendered. And it looks like even some more captives. Unfortunately for him, that captive did not make it into the prison camps. He's not going to live another day. And another group of captives. What did I tell you guys? I just got a feeling that we were going to be able to overrun the enemy here and take a bunch of prisoners. Keep your eye on them. Don't worry, Dita. This is almost a victory. Still have a bunch of them over there, though, and I'm starting to consider their offer for a ceasefire now, because I think we've taken out their main attack force. That massive attack force that assaulted us right away, they're done. They're completely done. I might still try to take out a few of these guys, but I think that's a victory. I'm still going to try to get that officer. Do a sort of mopping up operation here and just send these guys across the field. But that could potentially incur more casualties, as you guys could probably imagine. Just take a look here. Just wondering if there are any objective points, and I don't think there are on this battlefield. I think this one is mostly just casualties based. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Call that ceasefire. It's going to be probably a 20-second ceasefire. Both sides really, really want this battle to end. I mean, it's been nonstop fighting back and forth. A lot of casualties. But I think we are going to come out on top with less casualties, I hope. We'll see. Okay, there we go, guys. A minor victory. Well, they gave us a minor victory. Even though we only had 9 men killed, 41 heavily wounded. We killed 28 Soviets and heavily wounded 141, guys. Pretty amazing. Also taking 8 prisoners while we're at it. Not too shabby, and a pretty good battle, if I don't say so myself. If you guys enjoy these battles, as always, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Your subscription really helps a lot. And guys, make sure to hit that bell next to the actual channel so that you can get notified of all the videos that I upload without having to be, you know, completely left in the darkness by YouTube. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. See you on the next one.